I'm Hayley, I'm 40 and I've been with Excel for about 5.5 years. I've been training for 5.5, nearly 6, and teaching here for 3. So before I started training at Excel, I had been ill. So in 2017, I got diagnosed with ME, which is like this chronic fatigue. I got Aussie flu and it made me really ill. I just could not shift it. It just felt so run down and tired, literally no energy. I went through all these different therapies and the doctors were like, you just got to accept this is your new life. So I had to go for always therapy and stuff, these groups where you all have to learn how to just be sedentary. And before that, I was on my mountain bike every day. I was on the cross trainer. I was super fit, super active. When I got sick and they said I couldn't do it anymore, I was like, what? Everything I kind of knew about how to act and stuff just had to stop. And I just didn't accept it. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. So I was I refused to just give up on being active. And at the time I was 32 or something. I was only young. I just wasn't having it. So I asked the doctor what we could do. There was something else. Do you know what I mean? I was like, I'm not accepting this half life where people have to do stuff for me. I've always been, kind of self-sufficient, independent. And I was just I don't want people to have to bring me food or tidy my house. I want to be able to be strong. I've got a daughter, I want to be a good example. I want to be a strong, independent person. Gradual exercise therapy is something they could try, which is being trialled. So I was like, yeah, let's give it a go. And then I started off just walking for 5 minutes a day. Over time, I got a little bit better. So that took me about to obviously 2019, 2020, when I saw Excel advertised online in the midst of the pandemic. And I saw a video of Liam and this young student, and she wasn't very body confident. She wanted to lose weight. And at the time, because I'd been ill, I'd put on loads of weight. Me being this different body just felt completely not me anymore. Kind of lost myself completely. And I thought, well, maybe there's somewhere I could go. And I'd people won't look at me funny or what. So I thought I'd give it a try. So I sent a message on the Facebook before I chickened out. And I was so terrified. I remember thinking they're going to think I'm too old or too unfit. And I was I'd lost all my confidence when I got ill. But Keely phoned me and signed me up to trial thing. And it was actually awesome. I did it from home. Yeah, so before Excel, I just kind of lost myself, didn't really feel like myself anymore in my body. So I joined Excel I wanted to be active again and find something that I could do that was fun. So my daughter trained before and I thought it looked really, really cool, but I never had the confidence to do it myself. Even daft things like watching Avengers, and Black Widow was the coolest person I've ever seen. And I was I want to be like her, this badass ginger that can kick people in the head. So I was yeah, I'm going to give it a go. I never thought in a million years I'd be able to do the stuff I can do, on the mats. I'm not saying I'm the best martial artist in the world, I'm not, but I can do some pretty cool stuff. I joined it because it looked cool and I wanted to find myself again. I was super self-conscious. I was overweight. I'd put 3 stone on since I got sick. No confidence in myself. I was really worried about what other people might think of me and whether or not I'd be accepted. I've always been a little bit quirky and I've always struggled to kind of fit in to some groups because I'm a little bit unusual. I think I'm nice. I've always kind of struggled to make friends. But once I'm friends with someone, it's great. But it's that initial kind of meeting up and not saying something weird I struggle with. So I'm will I get accepted into this place? Will I be too old? Will I be too unfit? You see things like martial arts on TV and you think you've got to be this super fit athlete to start, but you don't. I benefit a lot from being part of the Excel family. There's kind of 2 strings to my bow here. So I'm a student and I'm also a teacher. So I've got 2 different roles here at the academy, which I take super seriously for both of those. I'm a lot healthier than I have been. So prior to training, I was slightly obsessive with calorie intake and expenditure before I got sick, obviously. I've got a much healthier relationship with food, with my body and nutrition. My lifestyle is totally different. I don't eat the thought of eating McDonald's right now is just I would never eat or consider that kind of nutrition anymore. Yeah, the way I look at the whole health picture has changed. Obviously, my fitness is so much more than it was before. Before I started training here, I couldn't do a single push-up, not a single one, and I can bust out 50 and have fun doing it. So I'm a lot fitter, I'm a lot more confident in myself, and that's agreeing to do stuff that I don't want to do. I think a lot of people, I don't know if it's a British thing, you just kind of go along with stuff. because you don't want to upset the apple cart. You might not want to go somewhere with like your friends and your family, but you do it just to go, all right, yeah, I'll go, yeah. But now I'm just like thinking, actually, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to hurt someone's feeling by just being honest and say, actually, I don't want to go to a nightclub. I'm 40. It's like, I'm all right saying that stuff now. Whereas before, I'd just go along with things or go places and do these plans that I didn't really want to do. But now I've got the confidence to actually, I don't want to do that. I've also made loads of friends. So another benefit is working with, obviously, the people on the mats. So I've made loads of friendships. And like I said, I find it difficult to initially make friends with people because I'm a bit weird. I've made loads of friendships that I hope will last. There's a really nice community here, whether you're teaching or whether you're training on the mats. It's a really nice community. I never knew I was good with kids. Like, I've always been good with my own child, but I never knew that I was good with little kids. And mini strike, I absolutely love them. I love all the classes, don't get me wrong. There's just something about teaching mini strike that I just absolutely love. They're just these little brains, these little minds that they just soak everything up, and they're so happy to learn. They're so proud of their achievements, no matter how big or small it is. They just show that genuine love and excitement about being here, and I just absolutely love it. And I remember I was sat next to Jack, who was another teacher at the time, and he was like, what's your favourite colour? I was like, oh, we're going there. And then suddenly I was like, this is the best job in the world. I'm start talking to like 10 children about what colour dragon they'd be. This is the best job in the actual world, and I absolutely love it. As soon as you step onto them mats, whether or not you've had a really bad day, from a teaching perspective, you might have been really, really busy at your other jobs or in life, something might have happened. As soon as you get onto them mats, it's like something just switches, and you just become like the happiest person in the world, because you just see all these little faces, no matter which class it is, and you just think, I'm getting paid to do this. This is like the best job ever. All these people want to learn, they're giving it 100%, and I'm helping them to do something amazing. And it is just the best feeling in the world. Obviously, there's a team I work with as well, and they're all amazing. So it sounds a little bit like cliched or not, but it is like a family at Excel. We all have each other's backs all the time. Everyone gets on with each other. And it's just a really nice environment to be. Like I said, you get onto those mats and it's just amazing. I've worked all week at a really busy job, but I get up early on a Saturday. I'm excited to get to work. I get to work early and I'm getting everything ready. It's not as if I'm going, I've got to work again. I'm just like, yes, it's Saturday. It's time to excel. I'm going. So yeah, I absolutely love it. As soon as you get onto them mats, every single worry you've had in that day is gone. It doesn't matter what you're stressing about. And as an adult, you stress about loads of stuff, whether it's to do with yourself or your children or your job. You're always thinking about something that you need to fix or do more of or less of. But as soon as you get on the mats, it's just gone. And all you can think about is your training. And it's that kind of thing, I think, that helps so many people with their mental health. I remember once I was having a really bad sparring session. It wasn't even that bad, really. Not in a good place outside of Excel. I remember just bursting into tears. I just stood behind the bags and just let it all out. I was like, I don't know what's wrong with me. And Liam's like, are you okay? Because obviously Liam's super caring. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with me. Just crying. It just all comes out on the mats. I've learned I can do more than I ever thought I could. I think the hardest belt to achieve at Excel is a white belt. I know it sounds weird, but just taking that step to start training is massive. And I never thought I'd even have confidence to come into somewhere like this. I learned that you've got to be resilient. You've got to be disciplined, you've got to have a good mindset, or be willing to work on your mindset. Get used to feeling uncomfortable. You've got to get used to working hard and that things just do not come easily. And every single belt that you get to, it's not as if you're it's an easy streak. You get to black belt and then it's hard. It's hard the entire journey that you do. So your white belt, you're doing 10 push-ups and that's hard. You get to your level 1, so your yellow and orange belts, you're doing 20. That's hard. It's never easy at any stage. When I got my yellow belt, I'm like, right, I reckon I'll get to green belt. I reckon that'll be it for me. That'll be all I can do. And then I got to green belt, I'm like, oh my God, I'm a green belt. I'm a warrior. I can start punching people in the head. This is great. Oh, maybe I'll get to blue belt. Maybe I'll get to blue black belt. And every time I saw myself getting higher in these belts, I thought, oh, wait, I can actually do this. And I remember when I was a warrior, first off into my green belts, purple belts, looking at the cycle belts, just thinking, there is no chance I can do that. No chance. And then I'm like, right, I can do that then. And I think you just learn as you are training, because obviously you get the skills and you're learning how to do the kicks, the punches, you learn all the skills, but you're also learning about how to become a whole person, a bigger person. And it's just about having that confidence and that belief all the time. We did the 4-hour testing before, and it is the most horrible but best experience I think I've ever done, apart from having Alice. The 4-hour grading is hard. It really does push you to your absolute limits, and not just physically, like mentally as well. You are just giving 100% for 4 solid hours, maybe a bit more, and it just takes every little bit of resilience you've got. If I've not passed, I don't care, because I know I've given 100% of all I've got, and I'm proud of myself. Not that I don't care, but I'll still be happy with what I've done, even if I didn't pass, because I knew there was nothing left in me, and I'd given it all. I couldn't have given any more than I did. Like, my knuckles were bleeding. Don't know if you noticed when you were like taking pictures, but like, I took my boxing gloves off to sparring and my knuckles were bleeding. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I was really giving that much that I was just going through the pain, just going through it. And yeah, I've learned a lot about myself, that I'm stronger than I thought I was. I'm fitter than I thought I could ever be. And even when you don't feel like it, you have to train. If you want to progress, obviously, you've got to put the time in. I love Excel because it's kind of become part of my identity now. It's just who I am. Like, I am just part of Excel now. It's just become a massive part of my life. Excel has done a lot for me in terms of who I am as a person. I'm a better mum, I think. I'm a lot less stressed out than I used to be. I'm a better teacher. I'm a better friend. I'm a more confident person. I'm willing to go into a room full of strangers and talk to people. I'm willing to stand up in front of loads of people at work, whether that's here or at college, and talk to loads of people about loads of stuff. Yeah, I'm a much better person. I love all of the students, and getting to see that progression from, so when I'm teaching, obviously, when I see these children from 4 years old, and now I've been teaching, 3 years? These are 7-year-old kids and juniors now, and I've seen every single stage that they've gone through. Their first class, and now I can see them sparring. I'm like, what? I've got some students who started white belts who were too scared to go on the mats, which is normal. I was a bit scared. And they were too scared to go on the mats, and now they're like brown belts. I'm like, how has that happened? But I've watched this go. I've watched this progression. I've watched these kids growing, and that is just the best feeling in the world, knowing that you've got a little part of that journey, these people becoming stronger, happier and healthier and more confident. Keep going. If you're someone as a white belt, or you've just started your Excel journey, just enjoy it, enjoy the process. My proudest belt is my white belt. I've got it up in my home gym. I've got my white belt still there. I've got all my other belts, obviously, but up is a white belt. That's my proudest belt, because that just symbolises the start of something amazing. And it is hard, and there's going to be times, no doubt, throughout the process where you're going to think, I can't do this. But you've just got to, if you want it that much, you've got to just put the effort in, put the time in, be disciplined, turn up when you don't want to, rather than going out on a Saturday night and getting drunk, just stay in and come on a Sunday morning and train. Like, you've got to put the time in and just look at what it does for you as a person. Being, training at Excel for as long as I've trained has changed my life. And I hope that other people can continue to make those decisions to change theirs for the better as well. I would like to thank my daughter Alice for sitting through all of my classes. She comes with me when I'm working as well. She never complains. She's a little rock star. So definitely Alice. My parents for looking after Alice when she's not been here. And all my friends, and my sisters are really championing me to do this stuff, which is great, because obviously at our age, it's they could be a bit cringy, but no, they're fully behind me. Always my best cheerleaders. So yeah, my friends, my best friends, my sisters, my brother, obviously, all my family, and especially, most of all, Alice. I want to thank Liam for the opportunity he's given me to be a teacher as well as the student here. So he's been a bit mentor for while I've been teaching, which is awesome. All the other team. Jack was mentoring me as well for a bit, which was really nice. I learned a lot from every single one of those people on the mats. So everybody here at Team Excel, I'd like to thank, and I will be here for a long time, hopefully.